Greetings, pro wrestling fans, and thank you for joining us at the Pro Wrestling LookBack Podcast. I'm Nick, and I'm sitting here with...
Don Moxley.
Oh, haven't you used that before?
No.
Are you the cousin or something, or brother?
Half-brother.
Half-brother.
Like Devon and Bubba.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
So look out for the tag team is what you're saying.
Get ready.
The man, the myth, the legend. It's Younger.
Good to have you back, Younger.
What's going on, fellas?
Thanks for checking out the Pro Wrestling LookBack Podcast, guys. This is episode 35. It's kind of a milestone.
I might have used it. I'm not going to lie.
Now you're remembering, hey? Either way, thanks for checking out the show. We appreciate it, guys. If you don't already, give us a follow on Instagram and Twitter at PWLookBack on both of those. If you want to send us an email, it's prowrestlinglookback@gmail.com. If you're not already, go over to hit 5 stars on iTunes. Give us a subscribe. Head over to YouTube. Subscribe there. Jeez, I'm having trouble, boys. It wouldn't be a regular show if I wasn't having trouble with the intro.
Hey, there's no problem with that, man.
But yeah, we appreciate anybody who's checked out the show as always, as of late. A lot of new listeners coming in. We appreciate that. But like I said, follow, subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. If you want to follow me on Twitter as well, it's at Salsa, SCELSA.
Mine is at JustDon44.
Mine's at ZJVY93.
And yeah, that's all the social media stuff. If you want to get yourself a Pro Wrestling LookBack t-shirt, sticker, or any other merchandise, maybe a tank top, Don's giving me the look. Go get it at teespring.com/ProWrestlingLookBack. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. We'll get into it. How's everybody doing?
Feeling good. Feeling great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How are y'all doing? I figured I'd say
y'all.
that since I wrote that down in my notebook. I don't know why I said y'all. It's the most un-Canadian thing ever. But how y'all doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Doing I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah? But back on the skates this week, Younger. How was that?
God damn, fellas. It was rough. It was a rough one. I pulled both hamstrings in the second shift. So it was, it sucked. I had to take Tuesday off from work. I don't know how I made it through Monday because it was Sunday night. But
yeah. So you're playing, what is it, like a men's league?
yeah, just men's league. Yeah, it's pretty good. We were losing 3-0. 3 minutes left in the third, actually. And then we tied it. Then they scored 4-3 with a minute left. We scored 4-4 with 15 seconds. 15 seconds after. So there's 45 seconds left, and they scored with 8 seconds left in the game. So It was a very disappointing loss, but it was good. It was good overall. And it was nice to be back out there.
Yeah.
Big move coming up. I'm moving soon, too. Big move coming up in a couple of weeks. So
For sure. No, and I know you obviously were a big hockey player, obviously, through your whole youth and teenage and young adult days. So it's cool to get you back on the ice.
yeah, it's about time. I'll tell you that. I'm way out of shape. I'll tell you that. I got to quit the darts. Oh,
Yeah.
God. Whoever smokes out there, quit now. I'm telling you, it
Yes.
sucked.
Yes, yes.
I tasted blood. There was no blood, but I tasted blood. So
Okay, well.
it's just trouble breathing, fellas.
So it's like your first game. This is the first game back at
This is
it.
my first game in organized hockey in 7 years.
Shit.
So it was something else.
That's dope, man. I'm happy for you. You have to give us, we'll have to get the updates on the roundtable throughout the season.
For sure. 0-1. Keep you up to date with the record. How's that?
Hey,
and I got 1 point so far. I got an assist.
There
so.
you go. First game
All right.
back, got a point, and it was a nail biter right down to
There
the
you go.
final seconds. Unfortunately,
Exactly.
it didn't fall in your way, but
I wasn't out there for any of those goals, by the way, either.
well, you got an assist.
I got an assist. Yeah, sorry. Only one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got lucky, though.
That's got me thinking about like sports and back in the day and shit. I was talking to one of my friends about, he plays like basketball, community center type of shit. And I was like,
Yeah.
man, I haven't played basketball in like years.
Like
I was
organized like this?
yeah,
Like, have you played in a league with ref and everything, teams and
just in
stands?
general.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean even just at street ball?
It's been a long time. I feel like I was a lot skinnier back when I played ball. And
Yeah.
I'd probably be super trash now. Like I was just thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know how.
Looking like Chris Masters trying
my
to play basketball,
movements
eh?
and shit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't
The
know. if I
upper
could do
body's
it.
not going to let you get that jumper down like you used to, eh, Don?
Might have some good D though.
That's what the training does to you. It's you got to.
super thick.
Well, it depends what you're training for.
Yeah,
and I
that's
don't
true,
think
that's
you've been
true.
training to take jumpers.
Yeah, no, definitely
Those
not.
fades, eh? Those KB's fucking fades.
I probably still got my shot though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll see. Maybe the look back. We'll do some sporting events, over the summer
that would be nice.
and put them on our YouTube for the fans.
Maybe Don will join a basketball league. We'll get updates from him.
There you go.
But
Well, no, don't. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
that would be good. I guess sticking with the extracurricular activities, I started my karting season last weekend. I had my first preseason race, so no points awarded, but I snagged pole in qualifying, and it was fucking pouring rain.
A little bit of snow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was snowing in the morning. Like there was the grass surrounding the track had snow. My seat was full of water. I don't have a rain suit. I got brand new karting gloves, and I went out there. I'm like, well, do I want to sit in this or do I want to wipe the water away with my hands? Probably better off wiping it away with my hands.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if that was a good idea. I did 3 laps because it was just practice. Came back into the pits. Dude, I couldn't feel my hands. I legit couldn't even open my helmet visor and shut off the engine in the cart. I jumped out of the cart and ran inside and was like, I'm done. And my buddy's like, I might have some gloves that you can use. And it was just my hands, dude. Like, I couldn't see myself doing that twice, was kind of the way I was looking at it.
Yeah.
So, but needless to say, once I got the gloves it was amazing, kind of a blessing in disguise. This is a very Canadian thing. But I had the hot paws, the hotties.
Those are sick. I use those for pond hockey.
Yeah, I had them in the back of my car because I work outside. So I had 2 boxes that I got for Christmas, and I like for your feet and hands. Left them in the backseat of the car and popped those bad boys on. And
They work, eh?
oh, they're incredible.
I've never used them.
Yeah, they're sick.
Incredible, dude. And got pole. Had a little bit of a spin on turn 1 in the race, but fought back to 3rd place. So pretty excited. This weekend coming up. Got my first official on-season race. Shout out to the boys. Brian, Nico, Dan, Greg. Shout out to all them. Not that you guys are listening, but, I'll see you on Saturday. You never know. They could be. I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, tell them to tune in.
Definitely. I wanted to get into a little bit of not non-spoiler territory, but just it's such a big deal and it's so kind of in the news right now and such a major topic. This Avengers movie, man. Me and Donovan were able to see it last weekend. Younger hasn't had a chance to see it yet, so we're not going to get into, like I said, any spoiler territory. But
yeah, nobody write down shit either. Whoever's listening.
Yeah, definitely. I was just
spoiler free, please.
What a fucking movie, though, Young. Like, it's just a nice bookend to something that we may not see ever again. The way that this was woven from 2008 to now, you know what I mean? Like, we might not see something like that ever again with 21 movies and all intertwined and the way they set it up and it's...
Yeah. It was long, too, wasn't it? 3 hours?
But it flew by, man.
Oh, really? It was one of those. It flew.
Crazy.
That's how well you guys are into it. Then.
I remember being in the theater with Dawn and looking down at my watch and going, "What the fuck?" It's like obviously I could tell by the pace of the movie that the movie was ending, but I just mean when I looked at my watch and I seen the clock, I'm going, "Holy shit! I can't believe it's been 3 hours since we sat down." Because yeah, it flew by. The beats, the pacing. And the kind of the ride that the directors, the Russo brothers, I can't remember their first names, but they directed Civil War, I think, Infinity War, and this one, and maybe Ragnarok as well. I'm not 100% sure, but just fucking, I don't have the machine on the hot button here, but applause to anybody that was involved in making that movie and the directors, and I'll let you guys get your piece in, but the one person that honestly, and I'm not too familiar with his work. It's not like I'm going to come in here and act like I'm an expert or anything. But the guy who deserves the most credit for everything that has been done in this entire arc is Kevin Feige. And this is the guy who, in the original, when the first Iron Man came out, he said, like, if we build this, like we can build to the Avengers. We could build to Thanos one day. Who knows? And I'm sure at the time, they would have been happy with an Avengers movie. You know what I mean? I don't, I'm pretty sure if they would have built to one Avengers movie, that would have been like, all right, sweet. We accomplished that. That's pretty fucking cool. We took these 4 characters and merged them into one movie, let alone did we think we would get 4 Avengers movies and continue from there. So like I said, applause and shout out and everything positive to be said about Kevin Feige and everybody at Marvel Studios.
Yeah.
And Stan Lee too.
Rest
in peace.
R.I.P. Stan Lee. The final cameo, we'll let you wait to see that one, but the final cameo for him in the movie too. I don't know, Don, anything from you? I figured I'd get out. That's kind of, we can take our turns.
Yeah, no, I just really enjoyed it, man. I don't know, I'm going to avoid saying too much though, because it was just good movie overall. I definitely want to watch it again though. I was telling Nick and you, I think, too, as well, Young.
Yeah, we'll have to take Young because I need to see it a second time.
Just to take it in differently because, like the first time, it's like a wrestling pay-per-view. Like, you watch it the first time, you watch it with different eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, second time I might be able to. And besides, man, I feel like really early in that movie, I honestly had to go to the bathroom and I couldn't get up.
That's crazy. I was so conscious the whole day. All I was thinking about was make sure you go to the washroom, don't drink too much water, and make sure you don't have to piss or leave the theater during this fucking movie. You know how much water I drink, dude? and I got a bottle of Dasani and maybe drank 1/3 of that bottle and had, a decent amount of popcorn. Normally, I would drink a whole bottle of water in the first third of the movie.
Yeah.
But I know I can't get up and pause it, so I planned accordingly.
It's a good idea. I wouldn't want to miss anything either. If anything, I'm just going to bring my iPad or something so I can FaceTime myself or something if I have to go to the bathroom.
Set the
Just put it
iPad
right
down
there.
on the chair.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Younger's thinking. This is...
That or just bring a 2-liter bottle of jug and just piss in that too. Hopefully no one's looking.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I don't want to miss anything of that. They didn't do a break. They didn't do one of those things where they do a break in the movie.
No, I wish,
Right?
Younger, but I don't... It's not 19...
when
Casablanca
did they do
anymore.
breaks?
I know
my
old
buddy Tony
movies
did
used
one.
to do that. Casablanca and older, but there might be current ones. I
Yeah, there was
just
a
don't know.
current one like recently. It was like a couple years back. They did that. They
I
did
could
like
see
a
it.
break.
True.
So yeah, it was.
If I was listening to another podcast kind of break down the movie today, or a couple days ago, I don't know when it was, but there was a point where they talked about. I'm not going to get into it, but there was a point in the movie where they kind of said if there was going to be an intermission, this would have been perfect, and I totally agree with them. So anybody who sees the movie, let me know if you have an idea where that might have been. But
Yeah, you think they did that on purpose or something?
no, it was more just they didn't have an intermission. I just mean I think.
No, I know what you
there's
mean.
a
It was
spot-
part of the movie. I think they did that on purpose. Whoever the director was, it's like,
Kinda.
you know what, this is a little bit long. This is the bathroom break for everybody, so we're gonna
Well,
put this part in.
Yeah, you'll understand. I don't want to say too much.
Yeah,
You'll understand
yeah,
when I
that's
see
cool.
it.
That's cool.
It's not like a break. It's
Yeah.
just I felt like if there's a point where we need to hit pause, I know where in the movie it is. But like I said, can't
You
be
gotta
great.
shoot that to me after. I'm curious.
Totally. Yeah, we'll talk about that after.
But I was gonna say one last thing about it too. It's
Totally.
just going into it. I think as a fan, I had a totally different thought on how things would be.
Oh,
And
totally.
it totally awesome. Caught me.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Anything I thought was probably not.
I don't know how to explain it, but there was basically, let's say there was boxes that I wanted to be checked, and they managed to check different boxes and then also still check those ones at the same time in some kind of weird way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say, Younger, going in, you I'm sure any thoughts or theories you have will be different halfway through, because it definitely is not streamlined the way everybody would have expected the movie to be. It's a good one, though.
Okay.
Stay offline.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
I will. I'm
don't-
trying.
don't-
Trust me,
don't.
I'm trying.
Don't go on that search thing in Instagram.
Yeah,
Don't-
I'm in a separate Instagram group from our PW LookBack one with some of my older buddies from high school, and one of the guys posted a thing in there, and it said like spoilers, swipe right to see, and Beckett, shout out to Beckett, comments, "I will fight you," and then another one of my buddies like, "Well, I'll smash you." Like, are you trying to get beat up? It was just funny because, like, I don't know. Obviously, I'd be just as pissed too, but I was lucky enough to see this one right away. But yeah, I don't know what you guys want to get into now as far as the wrestling stuff goes. How about let's get into it quick before we do the updates. Mr. John Moxley.
My brother
Jonathan Good.
from another.
Yeah, your brother there, Don Moxley. What do we think? You guys can speak more than me on this. This is more down your alley, especially you, Younger, especially where I think he might be headed. But I got some theories, so I wanted to hear what you guys have to say, and then I'm going to bounce off of it.
Well, he's gonna kill it. He's gonna kill it in the Indies. Everyone knew who he was before too, so it's gonna be interesting what he does. I hope he doesn't just straight do AEW shit. It's cool with AEW. You can do other stuff, right? It's not just a thing where it's like WWE. You have to stick to that only. You know what I mean? Even though they get a little bit involved. Get it? Hilarious. But yeah. So it's just it's cool. Like I got told right now though, New Japan offered him something insane. So I don't think he's gonna take it though, just because Renee, she has that contract in America, and I just don't think it's just gonna happen. But I think he's gonna do just local shows there, right? You know what I mean, like NEW and all this other stuff, right? And like Northeast Wrestling, right? And all these other promotions. So
you're thinking more, at least for the beginning, for
Yeah.
the foreseeable future, more smaller indie events. You know, get the real hardcore fans that go to the smaller shows.
exactly, yeah.
Focusing more on that rather than maybe showing up at a poker Double or Nothing.
Yeah,
That wasn't fake. I'm sorry. I actually forgot what it was for a second.
yeah,
Or you know what I mean? Like,
Of course,
you're kind
yeah.
of thinking he'll do that sort of thing first, and then maybe something like an AEW down the line.
exactly, yeah. I hope he's at StarCast too. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be cool.
Dean Malenko's going there now, which is really cool. He just got released from his contract by WWE. Totally random, but like, yeah, he's there now too. So
Cool. Yeah, definitely a star-studded cast of people going to
Yeah.
StarCast. No pun intended.
exactly. Look at this. Hey, we're on fire today.
Mm-hmm.
Donnie, Donnie Moxley? What are your thoughts there, bud?
It was interesting to me how much of an uproar it's caused online. Just seeing people.
Dude,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little surprised. Like people, I've seen. I haven't watched any of them, but I've seen scrolling on YouTube. Like people are breaking this down, like how they break down movie trailers and shit. Like about.
Well, it definitely has some other meaning.
Yeah, there's things
breaking
that
out of prison. Like you kind of
right
know
away.
what he's implying there.
Yeah, and even the down to the little fucking dog and shit. Like the hounds adjusted. It was very much like the old Shield kind of dog shit that they played off of. But it was cool. It was nice. I was a huge fan of this early Dean stuff, Moxley, whatever you want to.
I guess we're calling him John now.
Yeah.
Or Mox. That's what it said at the end of the video.
I hope he. I'm curious to see if he still has all of that same fire. It's funny to me how people are so on it though. I'm really surprised. I guess in a way.
You just reminded me of what I was going to say earlier when you mentioned so many people, dude. The tweet as of yesterday afternoon. Yeah. I can't speak for likes and retweets, but I seen 2 million views on that video on the tweet. 2 million.
I think in the
no
first
gyps to your boys,
Yeah.
and I know it's a different media being YouTube, but being the elite gets like 500,000 views. And I know this is when I seen 2 million views, like that's a fuck ton. I'm sorry.
He had like 500,000 in the first like 5-10 minutes.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was something.
And I'm sure it's people
nuts.
watching it over and over again. I'm sure maybe being the elite's a horrible comparison, but I just want to stress the significance of 2 million views on a Twitter video.
Yeah, and I guess when you mention it like that too, now I'm thinking that he has been in the WWE system for so long. Like there's probably a certain pocket of fans that kind of grew up a bit watching early
for
Dean.
Sure. Yeah.
And they might just follow him now too.
Go with him.
Yeah.
The video itself though, the production value was extremely high, no?
For his type of character, I thought it was pretty cool.
I mean, no. I mean the video itself and the way it was produced. This was not done on a budget. This video.
Oh yeah, for sure, of course.
The way that I'm no expert, but I can tell this is not no offense, but this is not an Impact Wrestling promotion video. It's almost so good, so well done, that it's like it was done by WWE, and this is like a rebrand.
Said he wanted to do like his own thing, right? He wanted to like recreate his own character type of thing. Like, it looks like more the Asylum more than anything in that video.
Is that something that you guys even think hypothetical, super conspiracy theory? Is that possible?
But that he's still going to be in?
This is all WWE.
Oh, totally
rebranding him as John Moxley.
Totally could be. I'm not saying he's going anywhere for sure. Even though people talk about little subliminals and shit in the video, I've seen. Yeah, that definitely could be a thing.
I was curious on your guys' opinion from that. You did say that a lot, and I didn't.
Not like this, but
it never even really crossed my mind as being something real until I saw the production value of this video. And I mean, don't get me wrong, if he's going to AEW and that's something that's signed and not announced, they have the money to make a video of this high production value, but I don't know. I thought it was cool to bring up. I thought it was worth bringing up at least for the significance of the video and all that shit. So
what's next for
Johnny?
Mr. Moxley?
I could see him coming. They did say that he's in the alumni section now on WWE.com, the Dean Ambrose, so Mr. Moxley could come in. I don't see it happening though. No. I don't at all, to be honest. But who knows?
Is that because you really don't want it to happen, or
yes,
is that because
exactly? That's exactly the reason why. Yeah.
Well,
because it's just like fuck. Like you know what I mean? It's like basically what you're doing is you're just switching the name on the dude. Like I don't think there's no difference when I seen in that video yesterday. I mean, it looked like the Asylum type of character that he was and shit. Like, you know what I mean? With the tank top on, right? The muscle tank top and like the jeans and like everything. Like,
I like that Younger's not wooed by this. Like, I really like your wait and see approach. Like, you're not up, like going. Not that you are, Don. Yeah. You're not. I just mean Younger seems very like, we'll see. We'll see. It's a nice video, but we'll see.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll see. Exactly. Because I want to be shocked more than anything. I want to be like, yes, no way, or I didn't see that coming.
It does seem unlikely too, though, that for it to be him still in WWE, just because of knowing the history of the John Moxley character. Like, unless they're gonna let the guy run
crazy
as however the fuck he wants, and I mean literally fuck, he wants, because like you can't go back to that character in the WWE bubble the way it is today. Maybe in an Attitude Era, or if they just let him kind of fly and do whatever. he wanted, because he was doing crazy shit in that character. I remember him
Yeah, I couldn't agree
fucking
more.
grabbing bitches with fucking forks and threatening, doing all kinds of
On
crazy
the
shit.
indies.
man.
I just
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
seeing the really older videos of him kind of sitting on the ground, rocking back and forth,
Yeah.
doing the crazy videos like that. So, I don't know. I'm definitely curious to see what he does, and we'll see about AEW, man. I've given you my thoughts in the past, and I don't want Younger to get mad because none of this is directed towards you, Younger. I told Donovan off air, we talked about it. I have a very massive wait and see approach, and I really just like, I don't care that much right now. Like I'm really just, it's not that I'm not excited. It's just I can't make myself be so hyped for this, and I just have a very wait and see approach, similar I guess to the way Younger is with the whole Dean Ambrose thing. But yeah, John Moxley. The only other thing, again, before we get into the update the F1 update that I love doing, is another Saudi show, boys. Yay, Saudi. going to Saudi again. Taking that blood money.
I love Saudi Arabia. I love those guys.
Yeah, no,
This better be a better pay-per-view, though. Fuck me. Me and you watched that one last year. Holy shit.
We watched the first one, and the second one I remember I watched the old man match. Tag team Undertaker.
Old man.
I watched it on my phone at work on my lunch break because it happened to work out that the match was literally on when I was on my lunch break and I had Wi-Fi, so I was like, oh, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I just want to talk about the fact that Brock Lesnar is advertised, Undertaker is advertised, and Goldberg is advertised for this show.
Big
and it's more the negative that I want to get into, in the sense that like this just diminishes WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series when it was still a big pay-per-view. You know what I mean? I don't know. I get that they go for the money, but you know, my boy Wade brought up a great point on the show today or yesterday. Fucking, they should just be giving this money to charity or something, or a significant chunk of it, because it's such bad. And again, I'm no expert, but it's such bad PR to be going somewhere and taking this money, and just like, it's bad PR from looking from a company, and then it's also bad for your storylines, because the Crown whatever pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia gets treated bigger than our major pay-per-views now.
Yeah, and now there's no backlash and shit too.
Well, yeah,
because of this shit.
Because they were gonna have some backlash. So
well, this was already like set to be, though. Don't they have a bunch of deals?
Yeah. There's
there
10
for a certain amount of years.
Yeah, there's
shit?
10 shows, and I think they're getting. I think it's 10 million a show. I don't know, something like that. I think it's 100 million over 10 years.
Oh, I didn't hear about this.
Yeah.
This is fucking nuts.
Oh yeah, that's when they signed
That's
that
right from the
when
first
the,
time.
the
Really?
The
I
first show.
didn't even know that. I did not even know that. That's crazy.
But at the same time, when they signed that first show, this whole thing with the journalist that happened last year and the guy getting
Yeah.
that hadn't happened yet. You know what I mean? And when we had the last show, and I don't want to spend too much time on this, but the last time they went there on the Monday night after Raw, or the Monday following the show, Michael Cole didn't even reference Saudi Arabia, didn't reference Crown Jewel. All he said was last Friday. Last Friday, they did this. And it's just like, if you can't even say the name of the fucking show, then like clearly something's wrong. And I don't know. Money talks, I guess, right, boys?
Yeah. I don't know.
You don't really?
I
It's crazy.
I said the same
I'm just
thing last
so
year.
not
I just
okay
don't-
with it,
I just
man.
don't really, like I said it last year too. I just don't. Whatever.
I agree with Salsa. Just
I
that
know
it's
how
stupid
they-
how it cuts into storylines. Like, it doesn't even make any sense.
That's
You have all
it.
these storylines, and then boom, we're gonna have this thing. It's like, what the fuck? Where the hell did that come from? Bill's here. Bill Goldberg's here.
I thought
Like,
Bill was retired, and
me
that
too. I
that
think
part
we all did.
cheeses
Like-
me. But I got to be honest, the worst part of all of it, and it shocks me that it doesn't bug you, but to each his own. Everybody has their own opinion. Is it's fucking blood money, man? Like, this
Yeah.
is legit, like, just crooked money. It's crazy, and that it's okay. You know what I mean? If any other company was doing this, it would be news. But I guess it is news.
Well, the WWE nowadays, this is where they're getting a big bunch of their money from, because
Fox
talked
gave
about
him a
off
big
the
next
thing.
year, but
yeah, well, they got to live up to the hype too, because like the ratings are in the shit right now. So if they don't deliver with Fox, like that's not gonna be a thing either. So they're gonna have to deliver on that side of things too.
yeah,
So that's why it's just like, yeah, it is blood money, but it's like, hey, let's do our international WWE shit, and we're gonna go to Australia next, and we'll do a Japan one, and they're, all over the place with this shit.
that
I
I'm
just don't.
more
whatever.
okay with those ones than
I just really don't care.
the
too
place
much.
that touts themselves as being, the greatest. Meanwhile, people get arrested for wanting women's rights. But I don't know.
Yeah,
Well, it's
not political.
not our
not my
place to say, yeah. But speaking of you just saying that, this is the another tiny little thing. So I've got the last 3 years of ratings for Monday Night Raw, because this is fucked, boys. These 2 episodes of Raw and SmackDown this week, you told me you didn't watch it, Younger. Don't feel bad. I think you're involved in the other 500,000 to 1 million people that didn't watch it this week either, because these were some of the least watched Monday Night Raws and SmackDowns ever. The Monday Night Raw this is the first time that a Monday Night Raw drew less than 2 million viewers on a non-holiday show. So like a show that wasn't on a Halloween or a Christmas Day or a New Year's Day or one of these fucking shows.
And that's crazy too, because nothing crazy is happening Monday. It's just basically NBA and NHL playoffs are on,
which is affecting it to a
little
point.
bit. Yeah, but that's nothing. That's
For sure.
okay. Keep going, but that's
You know?
fucked. Like that's okay.
So
Wow.
I mean, some of these stats
Jesus.
again are coming from my boy Wade, but I don't have a lot of them because he provides a lot. But this one I just wanted to bring up. So this is Monday Night Raw, the last 3 years on the same date.
Yeah.
So 2017, and again, we don't really know. I don't really know what a 2 whatever is, but it's you can see the difference in numbers.
Mm.
So 2.24 in 2017 was the rating. 2018, 2.14. And then this year in 2019, a 1.56 for the same day. So this is a month out from WrestleMania. It's a good comparison. Because
the month out.
It's
Okay.
not like this is a 20-year ago rating where it's a 6.0 and there was no tablets and no YouTube and no nothing. No, whatever the fucking watch wrestling sites and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You had to watch it on TV or tape it. So it's not like a comparison in that sense. This is a 3-year gap of almost, more than a whole rating point, almost a whole rating point. So again, I don't want to talk forever on it, but I just figured you guys might have something to say on it because I know you don't hear a lot about ratings, whereas I listen to a lot of shit that talks about ratings.
I think it mentioned something about that like 6 roundtables ago, at least 6 episodes ago. I think I was saying something about how ratings have not been good lately.
Oh,
or
yeah.
something like
no,
that.
No, you did bring it up.
Didn't I or something like that? Yeah.
And it's the trend. I think the reason we didn't
at the time
talk about it more or make more conversation about it was because we were leading into Mania and we knew it was going to pick up. But now that we're post-Mania and it's like, this is the low time, I guess, of WWE. If you had to pick a 2-month span, it would probably be May and June, I would say, are the lowest of the quote-unquote, if we had to have an off-season, I would say it's now. Because it's not quite SummerSlam hype, it's not quite Rumble hype, and it's not quite Mania hype.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
But still, 1.56 compared to a 2.24 2 years ago, it's not like the product was sick,
Is it because of the people that are gone now, or might be leaving, or we haven't seen like Brock's not there, Ronda's not there?
Ronda not there definitely affects it. Roman not being on Raw affects it. The ratings did go down when Roman was away with cancer and did go back up when he came back. But it's not like SmackDown, and I don't have the numbers, but it's not like SmackDown is taking all the ratings away from Raw now. Because it's...
No, I don't even think that's... Because I heard some shit where even back, if you go back to that Hell in a Cell, the go-home show, when they were leading into Roman versus Braun...
Yeah.
Was it a title match or not?
I think
remember.
that wasn't that the one we talked about.
That's where Brock
off-air?
came in and shit.
It's when me and you talked about it prepping for this show because that was when Braun cashed in his Money in the Bank.
Yes, yeah. But the
he-
ratings
for
were
that
shit
match.
on that go home show too. Like, and that's when Roman was around and shit.
Yep.
And this Raw after Mania, I heard didn't do well.
Not in
at all.
compared into previous years, no.
Which is that's a big thing.
No,
in
it's definitely
itself, I
something
feel
to
like.
look at every year. Where are these people going? And if they're going, are they going because they don't want to watch wrestling, or are they going because they don't want to watch WWE? And when there's an alternative, they're going to go there.
I would think some people probably go and watch another type of wrestling, or some people just get sick of the same old shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've said a few times that I'm, halfway in, halfway out when it comes to the weekly television shit.
Dude,
Like,
I've
I'm
even
just-
felt that way the last fucking week and a half, 2
Well,
weeks.
that's when I said, like, not to jump back into the whole AEW thing, but that's why I said, like, I'm totally open to a new product and I'm willing to try and take something in because I'm not enjoying it like as much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree
well,
with
there's a
that.
reason. I mean, we're half an hour into the show and we've yet to talk about Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
We appreciate if you're still listening to the show. We just kind of feel like there's enough shows constantly reviewing every meticulous point on the shows that we'll just bring up the major shit. But the ratings being so low to me is somewhat major.
it goes back to that whole thing too, man, of I feel like the stars and star power and shit like that as well.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like there are enough.
No.
If any.
And they don't want to make a single star. It doesn't look like it,
no.
at least. They definitely want,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's, I guess that's pretty much. Oh, one more thing.
Oh, yeah.
One more thing. One more tiny little thing.
How tiny?
Very small. I just want to shout out the fact and give an applause to the boys over and the girls and the women and the men over at WWE. 6 or 7 weeks in between pay-per-views. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, this guy loves that.
It's fucking amazing. You know how hyped I'm going to be by the time we get to Money in the Bank? It's like, oh, shit, man, I haven't watched a pay-per-view since Mania. And I know it was 15 hours, but still. It's like at least it's not once a month or once every 3 weeks. It's time for the pay-per-view, the non-special event. Like, you know,
So what happens if-
makes it feel more like, oh, we're waiting for this moment where we get to gather on a Sunday and watch wrestling.
But then what if it's shit? Like, is that going to take away from it at all?
It'll definitely be less shit than if it was 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
You know, even if it's shit, no matter what, that's better than having a 3-week gap in between pay-per-views. Not that we get that a lot now. We got that a lot in 2017 when every, each show had their own pay-per-view 2 a month. That was insane.
Yeah, too much.
But yeah, I just wanted to give him a quick applause and a shout-out for that because...
Always after Mania, there's a nice stretch. Usually before, too. This year, I felt like there wasn't.
Is there, though? I feel like we got Extreme Rules 4 weeks out from Mania last year, 1 month later. I don't know. I feel like the time, it might not be 7 weeks, it might be 6, but either way, that's a decent amount of time.
Yeah. Even leading up to Mania, usually, though, there's a good stretch. I feel like this year there wasn't really. Like, it might have been like, it didn't feel as long as the usual build-up.
Yeah, Traffic Stop was like 2 weeks before, 3
Is
weeks
that why?
before.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know how many weeks, but shout out to Fastlane. Yeah, I guess I'll get into it then, eh? Before we get into the update, I got to shout out my boy. Happy birthday, Christopher Moore. This guy watches almost every fucking race with me, and I told him I'd give him a nice shout out on the show. I don't have a birthday sound for
I love you, Moo.
Chris.
Yeah, Moo's got to get in here again. I told him he had the same birthday as The Rock, man.
Yeah, that is pretty epic.
You know
He's been on a show with us before. He popped in for a roundtable and provided some thoughts, and
He goes, "What about Stone Cold? Why not Stone Cold?" That's what he said to me.
because that's his boy. He's not really. That's like his boy's biggest rival.
Yeah, I know. That's the hilarious shit about it.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But yeah, shout out to Chris. Happy birthday. Hope you had a good day. Sorry I was working and not around, but let us know what you think of the show. Getting into F1, Younger, did you watch the race?
Of course I did. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah?
That was awesome. That was fucking exciting. That was awesome.
I didn't know if I was going to get that from you because your boy's over there at Ferrari.
Oh, I don't want to talk about that. No. No. Listen, I just want everyone to listen up right now. It's over. It's been over. It's been 3 races, 4 races, and it's already over. Mercedes has been taking us to the top ever since the beginning. It's over.
Yeah.
They could have caught up. This was the week to catch up, and it wasn't. That's it. It's over. It doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
You can't win 5 in a row. There's no way you're going to win 5 races in a row. Like, there's no way. Like,
so if you can't tell by Younger's enthusiasm, Mercedes got another 1-2 this week. Bottas for the win, the teammates.
Good for him, by the way.
That's 2 wins for Lewis, 2 for Bottas, and Vettel in 3rd. And yeah, they are now no team has ever done this in the history of Formula 1 and won the first 4 races of the season with both drivers taking 1 and 2. So shout out to Mercedes and Lewis and Bottas and everybody and all 2,500 people that build those cars and
I am stupid.
more people over at Brackley.
I am stupid.
But yeah.
Fuck Leclerc. Jesus.
If you watch the race, or the qualifying, you know what Younger's talking about. Charles Leclerc puts his car into the wall. Ferrari driver in qualifying and called himself stupid.
That was
16 times.
How long was that qualifying? Hey, that was crazy because they had the 2 crashes.
You want to know how long it
nuts.
was? It was so long that I was at karting, came home to my recording, and it didn't record the entire qualifying because the recording cut off because of how many fucking red flags there were.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
And
it was back to back. It was like back to back too. It was crazy.
So I didn't get to see the end of it. And on top of all of that, my dad texted me and said, I hate Mercedes. And I'm like, Dad, fuck, man, I haven't watched qualifying. So, shit happens, spoilers.
Because I put down fuck ... LOL, and then he's like, I'm at karting. I didn't even write back anything. I was like...
I kind of figured, but my dad texted me first, so it was
it
wasn't a big deal. And it was just qualifying, but, I don't know.
Good thing I just put down fuck.
Well, I kind of knew when I saw my dad say I hate Mercedes and then you say fuck. I'm like, well, Mercedes got 1 and 2.
Yeah.
In qualifying,
exactly.
if Younger's pissed and my dad's pissed, they both like Ferrari. So, but yeah, so the championship standings as of now are Bottas in first by 1 point with 87 points over Hamilton with 86 and Vettel with 52. That 1 point coming in clutch, the fastest lap they added this year.
Yeah.
You get 1 point for the fastest lap done.
Yeah.
It's brand new that they added this year. So Bottas getting the fastest lap in race 1 now has him over Lewis with 1 point. Definitely, I don't know. I thought everyone was up in arms. Oh, why are they adding this? It's pointless this at the beginning of the year. And then now it's turning out to be something that everybody is kind of.
Shout out to Gasly. He had that fastest one too until they took over.
Took it away.
Good for him though. That was crazy. But was it a $1:41? Good for him. That was insane.
Leclerc ended up getting it in the race because I think he pitted for new real soft tires near the end. Somewhat near the end, last third, I guess, and then blasted in a fastest lap. Sergio Perez had a really good race for Racing Point. He fought up to, I think he was in third at the beginning, past Max Verstappen, and then finished in 7th, so that's a good place for him. He's the only driver to be on the podium more than twice coming into this race, which is pretty cool because, he's not a top Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull driver. Not the norm. And
exactly. What's his partner doing?
Yeah, Lance, not so much. Shout out to
Christ.
Canada. Anyway, here's a good shout out to Canada, and not something I do every week on the F1.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're going to say.
On the F1 update.
Yep.
Because this is F2, Formula 2. Shout out to Nicholas Latifi, who won the sprint race on Sunday, and I think he came in 4th or so on the Saturday, the regular race.
Yep.
But yeah, that
was awesome.
That's pretty much it. Shout out to everybody for getting through lap 1 at Baku on the streets. Me and Donovan, we talked about the street course. Everybody made it through lap 1 untouched. No mistakes, no crashes, no
crazy shit.
No crazy shit. It was
tight corners.
It was one of those, extreme. A lot of 90-degree angle, but then there's also some high-speed stuff too. So a nice mix between them wanting to run downforce and non-downforce setups. But yeah, just shout out to them for getting through the first lap and no touching. And some people, you want to see crashes. Some people don't, but sometimes you do, and then other times, you can just give them their respect for everybody being cautious and getting through.
Especially on that turn 4, I think it is, turn 5. That little.
Yeah. I think it's 8.
Oh, is it 8?
Yeah, the one through the castle. That's
amazing.
Where Leclerc crashed.
Crashed or not, it's amazing when you can drive through that at full speed. Good for them. That's insane.
They
dude.
make that
that's
turn.
Crazy. It's nothing. It's crazy.
I think you can fit 2 cars through it, side by side, maybe 3. I'm not sure, but it's super tight. And there's an old castle from the 1600s up on the left side. It's really cool. I'll show you a picture of it off air, Don, or if anybody's interested, go look up Azerbaijan Baku street track. But yeah, so 2 weeks from, I guess, last weekend, so 1 week from this weekend when you're listening, we'll be in Spain for the Spanish, or I think it's a Spanish Grand Prix, or the Barcelona circuit. Yeah, this is a track where they do their testing at the beginning of the year, so everybody knows this track super well. They've all done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of laps around here. It's not like Baku where we're trying to figure out where we want to go. But yeah, I'm excited for that one as always, and I don't know, I'll talk more about the preview for it next week. Thanks for listening to the F1 update. Happy birthday, Chris. All right, boys. We teased it on the Instagram a little bit there. We got a pay-per-view coming up. I talked about it before the F1 update. 7 fucking weeks.
Money, money, money.
Yeah, I don't have a sound effect for it, but Money in the Bank. I figured we'd, I don't know. It was almost a year ago, I guess, that we did that first Money in the Bank show back on YouTube there with Don.
What up, YouTube?
The late night, I don't know, man. I was sipping on something when we recorded that show. Go check it out on YouTube if you guys are interested. But yeah, let's get into some of our favorite and least favorite Money in the Bank winners. Who wants to start it off?
Well, I want to know Young's least favorite for some reason. I'm just curious.
Damien Sandow.
Yeah?
By far.
Why?
But he had the best case.
Yeah, man.
He was cool. He was kind of big at the time, too. 2011, I think he's when he won it, too. That was pretty big for him at the time. It was just something that I couldn't see somebody winning. You know what I mean? I know he was one of the main top roster dudes at the time, or whatever the fuck he was doing. He wasn't even the top dude, actually, to be honest, in my eyes. But
yeah, he was like a mid-carder.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
Like
Sorry,
but
I didn't know how to say it, but yeah.
Is it more the way that because he cashed and didn't win, or just the entire run of him with the briefcase?
It's kind of the run with the briefcase.
Because I liked some of it.
You
the
did
early
like a
stuff with him when Cody Rhodes was cool, man.
Yeah.
Like I loved that shit because it
Yeah.
was like they built this whole storyline. Like they were a tag team. I think even in the match they were still a team at the time. And it was one of those scenarios, man, that we rarely get in wrestling where the crowd just gets behind someone and the crowd just all of a sudden got behind Cody Rhodes, like randomly. It's not like he was super over weeks going into it or whatever. Like I remember this guy was climbing to get the case and the crowd was super into Cody. I don't know where the fuck they were, but they were really into him, and Sandow kind of screwed him at the end.
What version of Cody is this?
I believe the mustache.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was the mask one.
No. Yeah, I believe it was the mustache. Yeah.
I wish I saw more good Cody Rhodes, like in WWE, because obviously he's done lots of good outside of WWE, but when I got back into it, it was all Stardust and then ciao.
Yeah.
So, I guess we'll stick with Younger. You might as well keep going with.
Do you have any more least favorites?
I don't really have any more least favorite. That was my number one because
Damien.
it's just fucking Sandow. Good God. But that briefcase was something else. That
Explain
thing was
this, because I don't know what
sick.
you guys are talking. I might have to look this up.
He did you know how Sandow's character was, right? So his was like.
I only know Mizdow.
Okay, so he was like.
Remember, he was all about the. Like, hey, like, you remember he was all like old fashioned.
No, but I wasn't
Mr.
watching at the time.
Oh, okay.
When I first jumped back in 2015, it was Mizdow, and he was dressing and looking and copying and doing everything like Miz, which I thought was fucking incredible, and they dropped the ball with at Mania 31 completely. But that's
did you ever
another
see
topic.
Sandow when he wore his blue robe?
No, he didn't see any of that.
No.
Oh,
no,
like you
no,
did? Like
no.
I'm just saying.
I saw
I'm saying
pictures and
parts.
videos, maybe clips, but no, never watched any.
All right.
Like,
Yeah.
He called himself like the intellectual savior of the masses. Like that was his whole
intellectual savior of the masses.
thing. Yeah, and he
That's
was very
cool.
proper and,
He had like Triple H's music from back in the day.
very similar.
Yeah, very similar.
Very
Yeah.
similar.
It shows you how much I went to type his name and I wrote Mizdow by accident. Anyway, sorry.
But him and Cody had this like mini feud going on, and like Cody, I think threw the original one in some
In a lake?
territory, yeah, somewhere, and then Sandow shows up with this new one, and it's like a heavy duty one. Yeah, and he had a handcuff, and he would always handcuff it to the turnbuckle like every match because Cody might come and steal it. He was worried Cody would come and take his briefcase.
Dude, shout Younger. Thank you for
That briefcase.
bringing that up.
Yeah.
I got pictures of it. If anybody's listening and they don't know what it looks like, look this up. It's kind of like a brown studded. It looks like it would be in like Victorian London era.
Exactly.
Transporting like it's something on a handcuff you need to bring somewhere. Yeah.
And that's what he said. Like, you can't break through this. Like they really like got into attention to fucking detail, which doesn't happen too often.
No,
anymore, right?
that's really cool, especially when it was just the blue shitty one that he had beforehand. Because I can see that here too. No, that's really cool. So yeah, shout out to that Younger. I did not know about the. I knew he won.
Yeah.
Because we talked about it on that other show that we did last year, but yeah, did not know about the cool brown. It looked like it was made of copper or something like that. Pretty sweet.
Yeah, I
He
like that one the
lost.
most.
I think it was just bad timing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did the cash in go? How did that all work?
It was right before they unified the world and the title and the WWE title. It was right before that.
Like
So
when
you
Randy
knew-
did it? Didn't Randy unify them?
Yeah, but Cena had the world title at the time.
Oh, okay.
So he tried to cash in on Cena.
Yeah, you know this way better than I do.
And
I forgot about
it happened
that.
on Raw, and they had a full-out match, and Cena beat him. And that was it.
So he used the cashed in and lost.
Well, he tried to like attack Cena, but it
Mhm.
didn't really work. And then
I feel like it would
they
have been
had, like,
better
a
if he just
match.
had like a clean shake hands match and lost fair and square. I feel like that would have been better for the character. But maybe if he was a heel, maybe not. I don't know.
yeah, I thought he was gonna get it too. I remember watching that shit live. I was like, really? But I was like, no, he can't because the match was already built for Cena and Orton to unify them. Like they're not gonna put Sandow
In there with
in
Orton.
there unless they're gonna fucking Chris Jericho this guy
Is this
to the
around
top.
the same time with the
You know?
the people chanting Daniel Bryan and shit? Like kind
Yes,
of that
yes,
was
it
just after
exactly
this?
at that time. It was right at that time.
Wow. Okay. Yes, because I've seen that obviously.
Yeah.
Favorites there, Young?
Favorite all time is Edge.
Yeah.
Fucking right, man. Yeah, he's just because it's Edge. Like, you know what I mean? That case was something else too. When he had the
All
rated
black.
R case, like that was sick as fuck too.
Oh,
And-
that one.
yeah, and
You're
when,
talking the second, like when he beat Ken Kennedy for the briefcase.
Oh yeah, because he.
yeah, for the sorry, yeah, the second. Sorry, yeah, that's right.
So
yeah,
you're
wow.
talking about when he.
Yeah, not at WrestleMania 21.
No.
it was the second time. Yeah,
Okay, maybe a little foreshadowing for my answer,
Yeah.
but yeah, because that's cool. Because me and Donovan talked about that on the other show we did, and how I was like, oh, I think he won it twice, and you're like, no, I don't think so. And then we kind of because we went through every win, and then we got to that one when Ken Kennedy won, which was kind of lackluster, especially for the amount of people that were in that one, but or the people that were in that one in 2007. I had it written down, I think. But yeah, I just had it written down that he lost to Edge. And did the briefcase have rated R on it?
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I'd never seen that either.
had the big R on it.
With the star?
Yeah, with the star and everything. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All black.
And then that's, again, something we talked about before, Donovan. This was when he capitalized on, like, the whole ultimate opportunist gimmick, right?
Yeah,
and that really became, like, a part of who Edge was in the sense that he used the briefcase twice to win and capitalizing on opportunities, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So definitely, any more?
Seth Rollins. Last one, Seth Rollins. Yeah, when he was full heel and everything too, blonde hair, everything in the mix. Sorry. Yeah, favorite all time. Period. That was amazing, and I loved the cash in at WrestleMania. I was freaking out. So
I think,
cool.
and I can't speak for Donovan, but I think that's the best cash in that we've ever had.
Yeah, I agree. No, I totally agree.
I think it'll be hard to top that, not only because it's the main event of fucking WrestleMania, but beating Brock, but not beating him, and then having Roman take the pin. And yeah, the main event part. Like, I think they would have to wait at least 8 years or so before they have another cash in the main event of WrestleMania. It's something that you're not going to do, often. So yeah, I want to bounce off that as well because that's one of my favorite ones, and that happened right when I got back into wrestling. Because when I started watching it, Seth with Seth walking around with the briefcase and the J&J and Big Show and Kane, and I was like, oh, who the fuck is this guy? And I remember getting confused between him and then Roman a lot, and I've talked about that on previous shows and how they looked so similar, and I really didn't know who was who at the beginning. But, yeah, I don't know. Seth is if not probably one of the best cash-ins as far as Money in the Bank titles go. So
is he your favorite, like, one of your favorite winners and cash? Like, are we kind of categorizing them as two?
Yeah, I guess that's you could separate it, right? You could have who's your favorite wrestler that won, and then what was your favorite actual cash-in moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I guess you guys just wanted winners, right? But
no, it's cool.
No,
it kind of stems more conversation.
Yeah, favorite all time.
Yeah,
there's that one for sure.
I think
the winner of the case and how he got it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree with Younger, but by far, in my opinion, it's the best cash-in. As far as how they were cashing the actual briefcase in. But yeah, Don, you want to give us some of yours?
You know what I realized as we're talking about it too? It's coming back to me, man. There's a lot of people who won the briefcase that like I wasn't feeling. So I
had
let
that
those
feeling
fly.
When I listened back to our previous show.
Like when you said Kennedy, like, whatever.
Yeah, man.
I honestly, guys, I fucking hated when Randy Orton won the briefcase too.
And he's only won it once, right?
Yeah, I did, because it was so fucking unnecessary, man. At the time, like, and the guys that were in that match too, I thought someone else should have got it, or there was other guys who could have got it there. Yeah, John Cena, man, when he won it too, I just felt it was very predictable that John Cena was gonna win. But that being said, like, I definitely, if I'm putting on the least favorite list, Orton and Kennedy go there before John Cena, only because when John Cena cashed it in, like, it built to something bigger.
So there was a plan.
Yeah, it built to something bigger. Like, it was leading up to Raw 1000, and he challenged Punk.
You talked about that to me before too, and I actually want to go back and watch that because I have never watched Raw 1000, and the way you explained it to me that night, it sounded like a really good show. Mm-hmm. And obviously, you said it was way better than Raw 25.
Yeah, because 1 week before he announced it, I'm going to cash in Raw 1000. He wants to fight Punk. They have their match, and it leads into more character development between him and Punk, and it was just cool. And then The Rock, they all kind of tied in. It was pretty... That part of it was cool. But him winning, I wasn't a huge fan of. Dude, fucking Sheamus too, man. Like, there's a lot of guys I just...
The Sheamus of, what was it, the 2015 run?
Yeah, that fucking Hawk. The Hawk.
Yeah.
Sheamus.
It was kind of forgettable in the sense that his actual run with the briefcase
wasn't super long, right?
It was, I want to say 4 or 5 months, but I didn't hate the cash in, and it wasn't just because he was beating Roman. It was, that was the night that we had like the Shield. Didn't they win all the belts, or was that a different night?
No, that was
when Dean cashed in.
Yeah.
Either way, I liked that swerve from Roman because that was a tournament, was it not?
Yeah.
So Roman made his way all the way to the tournament. I think it was Survivor Series.
Yeah, it was him and Dean in the finals.
And Dean, I didn't remember Dean being in the finals, but then I remember Sheamus coming out with the big bro kick in the middle of the confetti everywhere.
Yeah,
Roman had already celebrated. I mean, it was weird to have Triple H be so buddy with Sheamus, but I don't know if that was leading into him becoming champion and Mania 32 and all that. But yeah, I don't know. I like the cash in from Sheamus, at least. I thought it was. Well, it swerved me that night. I wasn't expecting Sheamus to cash in.
That's like around the time when you first got back into it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me at the time, like, I honestly felt it was coming too. I was like, I did.
Really?
Yeah. So sometimes those cash-ins I don't like either. But I got to give credit, even though he's one of my least favorite winners, Randy Orton, I did like his cash-in because he cashed in on Daniel Bryan when Daniel Bryan first won the WWE title.
Yeah.
And he was super over at the time, right? Favorite winners?
Yeah, for sure. Just kind of talking about some of our...
Man, definitely Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Because
Dolph
the run
Ziggler.
with the briefcase was great.
1000%. Everything about it.
Was that with Big E and what's her
and
name?
AJ, yeah.
Yeah, he had the case at the time with the slick back hair.
Yeah. It's just even when he won it, like, I thought he was the right guy to win it at the time. It wasn't super expected. He wasn't like a top tier guy. He was always like kind of almost there, fought for the title, like kind of he was in the mix but wasn't ever there. And he got super over throughout the run with the briefcase too, man. That thing was beat to shit by the time this guy cashed it in.
Same with Seth's. I remember that too.
Yeah, man.
Seth's was beat up to fuck.
I love that part of the Money in the Bank when the guy has it for a while and utilizes the briefcase and you see it at the end. It's all bashed in and shit. Like,
oh fuck yeah! It makes it seem like it's the same briefcase, which usually it
Yeah,
is. But I
usually.
just mean it gives it credibility for sure.
yeah. So definitely Dolph and the cash in too, man. I love that cash in.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
So he cashed in. It was a night. It was
Oh
the
yeah,
night
yes I
after
do. It was
Mania
sorry.
on
The
your boy
the huge pop, right?
Del Rio.
Yeah, and Del Rio losing the belt is always nice
But
for me.
but
But
yeah,
no, we've talked about how big the pop he got that night on Monday
Yeah,
Night Raw, right?
dope.
Incredible.
Yeah. But then it sucks. As much as he's my favorite winner and everything, it sucks because his run was cut very, very short. Like, he got concussed and he had to drop the title, and then he came back. He lost the title very quick. Like, it was all fucked up from that point. And then it was all downhill pretty much there
For Ziggler's
for
career.
Dolphy. But that was a good match. Like, I remember the other guys in it too. There was a lot of guys that you thought, like, I think Christian was in it, Tyson Kidd, and like those two guys in general, and between Kidd, Christian, and Dolph,
Yeah.
like, it's like guys you don't expect. And if one of them won, it'd be fucking cool. You know what I mean? Especially like a
Totally.
Christian who's, on this chase. And
Well, that's kind of, I think, what the idea with the Money in the
Yeah.
Bank match was at one point, was to let's take these guys that are a little bit, not quite there in the main event status and elevate them up, and then give somebody an opportunity that wouldn't have that opportunity
and I need that shit again.
in a regular sense. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about the current
Yeah.
Money in the Bank situation just after this. But the one thing before I guess I get to mine, unless you have any more, was just the reason I'm sure you like the Ziggler one so much is I got it up here, 267 days he had that briefcase. So that's a long time for you to be, watching consistent weekly television.
Yeah.
With him having a briefcase.
And even fucking did the old honey dick there, and they did a
What?
the old honey dick, like a cock tease. They did this whole thing where good old John Cena and Dolph Ziggler are fighting and the briefcase is on the line, and you could have told me, oh, this is it, that's it, sorry Dolph, you're gonna lose that briefcase to John Cena,
But he didn't.
and he didn't. And it was at like a TLC, and it was a ladder match, sick match too.
And it was a good match?
Yeah. Other favorite winners, quickly segue.
Good memory, dude, because it was at TLC. They have that listed here as well.
Bro, I enjoyed Del Rio's shit straight up because he was
I thought you
a
were going to say
prick.
Baron Corbin for sure.
No, Del Rio. When Del Rio won, I was okay with it.
Yeah.
His character, the way he did it, it was dirty, man. He pulled off Ray. Him and Ray were feuding, and he ripped off Ray's mask. Ray covered up his face.
Yeah.
And Del Rio snatched it like that. So he really fucked Ray, and they had such a huge feud at the time. Even when he cashed in too, didn't see it coming at all.
I feel like I haven't seen a lot of those shenanigans during the Money in the Bank matches, because you talked to me about a similar one. I want to say, I don't know, a year ago. It was the Dean Ambrose one when Seth won. I think you said the briefcase kind of got pulled up.
Yeah, it got raised. I remember Dean was going for it, and fucking they raised it, and like Kane came out. Remember they did all this fuckery.
Well, I
with
didn't
Dean?
watch that one, but that's just you
Oh,
talking
no.
about the mask coming off reminded me of, that's kind of like when he told me about the briefcase getting raised.
I remember when he cashed that too. Remember when he came out and all the crowd and everyone, see, right? And everyone's getting fired up because remember, he's getting ready.
Yeah.
I remember.
Where
Wow,
was
I
it?
remember that now.
Well-
it was Raw. It was a Raw, wasn't it?
Del Rio?
Yeah, it was Del Rio, wasn't it?
No, here. This is going to blow your guys' minds. So all the listeners, too, go check it out at PW LookBack on YouTube.
Yeah.
Our SummerSlam 2012, 2011 LookBack.
2011. We didn't do 12.
2011 LookBack. That is where Del Rio cashed in at the end of the night.
Oh, yeah, he did. He
Holy
did, because I remember us talking about it and me
shit.
not being too cheesed or hyped up about it. Actually, I remember that now. It's called coming back to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't worry, Young. Don't feel bad, because
And I know I'm on a tangent here, but last but not least, my man, motherfucking Daniel Bryan, loved that shit too. When he won it,
and that started the yes movement.
perfect.
Right?
Because
Kind of when he won the belt from the cash, because he won the belt from the cash in, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I guess he's
And
not
totally unexpected, man. Like totally unexpected.
Yeah.
When Daniel Bryan won that shit.
I am shocked that you didn't say CM Punk.
I am too, especially because he won twice.
You know what?
Wasn't it back-to-back years?
It was, yeah. It was, I think 11-12, but I don't quote.
I think it was 08-09.
Yeah,
You know what? A lot of
I'll
that
find that out.
has to do with I didn't see it live. I've watched those matches, but I
Yeah.
wasn't watching wrestling at that time.
Me neither. That's the thing. Yeah,
you're
me
right.
neither.
All the guys I've
What, really? Was it 08? Wow,
Yeah,
Jesus
you're right. Sorry.
Christ. Okay, fuck. That's pretty cool.
no. All the guys like I've watched. I was watching live at the time, so that was kind of
Yeah,
probably
no,
had a lot
I
more to.
fucking-
they stick out a little bit more.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan, ultimate underdog, man. He cashed in on the fucking Big Show.
Where do you remember that? I guess I could.
It was at a
probably find
TLC. It was at a TLC pay-per-view. It was Big Show and Mark Henry in some stupid fucking chairs match. I'm pretty sure. And it might have not been. Yeah, it was because the Big Show finally got the title off Mark Henry, Hall of Pain shit, and
Tables, ladders, chairs, and stairs.
yeah, and then he
Fuck.
he was crying and he was all happy and
Who? Daniel Bryan?
no Big Show because he got
Oh.
the title and then I want to say Mark Henry and him like there was more squabble after the match and then Daniel Bryan ran down little DB and cashed in on the Big Show.
And do you remember if that's how the show closed?
No, it wasn't how the show closed.
And he hasn't. And he wasn't yesing.
No, but when he won that belt, he was yesing.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I remember seeing it when he
yeah.
lost to Sheamus.
Yeah.
Him walking down the ramp at Mania doing the yes, 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 and it was a very obnoxious like, yes, I'm the champion. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Totally different than
Yeah.
what we would see in the future. Do you want me to get into mine?
Yeah, get to it.
I guess we've been starting with the worst. I don't have too many, but the most recent one is probably near the top of my list, if not the top.
Holy shit. Forgot about him. Mr. Monster in the Bank himself.
Oh, yeah. There you go. One more reason that I don't fucking like it. That's the stupidest fucking name I've ever heard in my life. Monster in the Bank. It sounds like a character on the Munsters. And if anybody knows what that show is, quite the callback. Yeah, I just didn't like his run with the briefcase, man. Like, non-memorable at all. And was he a heel or babyface? I think he was a babyface. Why did he cash in all nicely against, I'm going to cash in against you in a
Roman Reigns.
in a Hell in a Cell, man. Like, it was just, and then to have him lose, like, it was just really, like, I know Brock came out and finagled with it, but it's like, really, like, this guy should be a fucking world champion by now. I'm sorry. Like, whether it came in this or it came when he was doing his pulling scaffolding off the roof and doing all crazy shit, flipping over ambulances. Remember when he threw Roman on the fucking, the grappling hook?
Batman.
Yeah, Batman. Shout out to Taz, One Shot Jones.
Oh my god.
But when he was doing all that and I was
the
gonna
stretcher.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Remember when he threw Roman off the
that shit?
what was it? I don't know. What do you call it?
I don't know. It was in the backstage area,
Yeah.
and you could see the doll.
The
arm,
landing. It was like a landing.
That doll of Roman's arm
Oh,
flying.
Oh, WWE, we love you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Braun probably my least favorite. I guess I'd mix in Ken Kennedy too because he lost the fucking briefcase to Edge. That's kind of underwhelming. And then Sorry Young, I don't know how much you're still a fan these days, but Baron.
I thought for sure no one was going to say that. I was going to say you guys haven't even said Baron Corbin yet.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is insane. Like, okay, there it is.
His is more just the not winning. Like, I just think it's so lackluster when you don't win. And I know all the guys I chose are kind of people that cashed in and lost, but I don't know. Maybe the person the most out of those three would be Braun because he should not be fucking losing.
Well, wasn't it super predictable too at the time? Like
With
he was
Brock
just on a
coming
lot
out?
of steam. No, Braun even winning. Like there was a lot of steam already. It was like
He was already having this push.
That's what I mean.
I just like, is that what you're trying to say? Because that doesn't make any
unnecessary.
fucking sense why he had
For him to
that
get
yet.
the briefcase.
Exactly,
yeah.
man.
He
Like,
shouldn't have got it.
remember all three? I think us two were watching. We're like, what? Like, really?
Yeah,
They were
why?
like, okay, like here we go. Like,
Why him?
and still nothing happened, which is incredible. Look what he's doing now. Like, it's incredible, right?
Yeah. To bounce off of that being the same year, Alexa Bliss might be one of my favorites because I like that
Yes.
she did it in the same night. It kind of like.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Exactly. That's kind of why I like it because it's one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, she did do it in the same night, and you totally like she could come out and cut a promo about being a Money in the Bank, and everyone would be like, oh yeah, she did win the money, and then it's one of those things where it's memorable, but it's also you can kind of forget about it, so that makes it cool too.
Yeah.
And then I mean, it's Alexa Bliss. Enough said. But some of the other good ones, because like I said, I don't have many others that I'm not a big fan of, but some of the other good ones, I'm going to say Edge, shout out to Younger. Like I said, some of the foreshadowing for my answer, it's got to be the first one for me.
Yeah.
I talked about it many times, but the first WrestleMania I ever watched was this. I saw the whole build with Chris Jericho, and we should have a match with a briefcase and 6 guys, and the winner gets a title shot whenever they want from now to WrestleMania next year. Such a cool concept. I said it on the previous show, too. I want to know who came up with the idea, like whether it was a Bischoff or a JR or I don't think it was Jericho. No gyps to him, but I don't think he came up with, back then he was more of a talent rather than somebody who would, I think, be coming up with storylines backstage. So maybe he did. I don't know. But definitely one of the better ones. And the briefcase in that one, too.
Yeah.
It looked like a lawyer's briefcase. Just a leather, like, those briefcases that have like, that like maybe, I don't know, this much, like a 1/4 inch of padding in between the briefcase and the leather. Yeah. It's kind of like that softish leather. It was just perfect. I mean, obviously that wouldn't hurt as much getting hit with it. And then the length of Edge holding that briefcase from whether it was end of March or early April, WrestleMania, either way. I think it was early April because I've watched that DVD so many times. And check out our look back. I think, well, no, we didn't do a look back of that. We planned and it never came. So still check it. It's coming in the future.
Coming.
But him holding it from WrestleMania all the way until January of the following year. And sorry, we're watching the basketball game. To anybody listening to the show, shout out to Meek Mill.
Yeah.
And Philly, and him holding it the whole year, and then going into to New Year's resolution as it was, and cashing in, and nobody knowing what the fuck was going on, because John Cena had just won his WWE Championship. The Elimination Chamber, I think it was only the 3rd Elimination Chamber at the time that we had ever had. And so, the Elimination Chamber's being raised up. John Cena won in a way that, I mean, I think most people expected him to win that match with Carlito and Chris Masters. Some of the people, I know Kurt Angle was in there too, but I don't know how many.
I think they got him out there quick too, eh?
Kurt, and I think he was in early. But either way, nobody knew what was going on. Yeah. Why is the show not ending and the cage is getting raised? And then we hear fucking Vince's music, and I remember being 13 or 12 or however old I was,
dope.
And sitting there, and all of us were like, "What the fuck is well, I don't know if we were swearing either way. I don't know. Yeah, we probably were. But what's going on?" And then Edge's music hits, and this man is cashing in his money in the. And we're like, "What?" And Lita's there with the tits, and she's walking down with Edge. And,
the fun bags.
Well, man, some of the shirts that she used to wear on TV were insane. She must have had like more double-sided tape on her tits than shirt, because for her not to be nip slipping every fucking Raw was a feat in its own. So shout out to Lita. But anyway, so Edge comes down, and like I've said in the past, I don't know if it was 1 or 2 spears, but he spears Cena 1, 2, 3 and becomes the champion. And whether that title reign was the best or not, the feud that we got going forward with John Cena and Edge was a fucking treat. Yeah. So, I guess those are some of my least and most, and your guys' least and most favorites. And I don't know, we hope everybody's enjoyed our little conversation about the Money in the Bank and everything we've got to so far. But should we get into 2019 a little bit? Maybe some, I don't know if we want to get into predictions yet. We're still 2 weeks out, but we can at least give our thoughts on the attendees of the Money in the Bank matches announced this week.
Participants.
Yeah, that's a better one. Participants.
Honorable mention to Rob Van Dam, by the way, because I love him.
Yeah, one of the better ones too. And he with a win and a cash in at ECW One Night Stand, which dropped on our iTunes.
Check it out.
I think it dropped on our iTunes.
It is on our iTunes, yes.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
And on YouTube at Pro Wrestling LookBack.
Yeah. Actually, no, it's not on our iTunes. We fucked up. It's on the YouTube. It's coming on iTunes.
I was thinking of something else.
Yeah, the only older lookbacks we've released so far, which we did last week, was the NXT Brooklyn 1 and the first lookback we ever did, Survivor Series 2002 with the first Elimination Chamber.
5-man show.
Yeah, the 5-man show with 1 microphone. Definitely not how it sounds now. But yeah, should we get into it? What do you guys want to start with, men or women? You tell me.
Let's start with the women.
Yeah, let's start with the ladies, yeah.
Let's start with the ladies. I like it. So for Monday Night Raw, Monday.
A Monday.
You got that Southern
bullshit
going on.
It's a Monday.
I wish what's her name, Lacey was in there. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe, eh? I don't know. Shout out to Nick Newell. We got Natalya, Dana Brooke, Naomi, and Alexa Bliss from Monday Night Raw, and Bayley, Mandy Rose, Carmella, and Ember Moon from SmackDown. So these are
we have how many? Sorry,
8 people.
Okay.
Which we didn't talk about it before because we have had matches in the past that were 5-man, and we've also had matches that were 9-man. So it's kind of gone all over the fucking map.
Should just be 6.
Oh,
Like
totally.
3 and
It
3,
should be
right?
6. I agree. Younger?
Yeah, I agree. Too many.
Yeah.
Too many bodies.
Way too many.
Do you guys like the choices from Raw and SmackDown? Being some of the people are kind of taken. Sasha's doing her thing, whatever the fuck she's doing right now, and
Well, off pod here.
Lacey Evans is
fighting. Wow.
Becky and
Yep.
sorry.
Sorry. I was.
What's going on there, Younger?
Sorry, off pod here. No, earlier. Sorry, off pod. Me and Dom were talking, and we were saying our number 1 prediction we think is going to win for sure is Dana Brooke for sure. And I just wanted. What the fuck is going on here? Like, did they give up and couldn't find anybody else? Is that what happened? Is that exactly what happened?
I don't know. Do you want Don's thoughts or mine? Because they're going to be different. That's for sure.
No, I was not with this.
No. But I don't hate Dana Brooke at all. And maybe it's because I've listened to a lot of her speaking outside of the company and interviews. And I just think she's cool. And I've always liked her in NXT when she was with Charlotte when they came up. And the little flippy thing she does at the beginning I've always thought was cool. And
For what?
For what? Yeah, I don't know. Shout out Don Tony. But yeah, I guess. I mean, like you're leaving like a Ruby Riott out. I can understand why some people would be getting upset.
That was ridiculous.
Why is Ruby Riott on the sidelines and Natalya, who's been given, no offense to Natalya, she's been given plenty of opportunities in the last year. You know what I mean? And not that she doesn't deserve them. I mean, everything that happened with her dad. But, I mean, she's been in some good storylines. She had a fucking WrestleMania match. She got to wrestle with her best friend at WrestleMania in a match where, a significant chunk of people thought she could have won.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a, you know what I'm trying to say.
Of course.
There's other people that have had opportunities at least, or should have opportunities to be in this match.
Yeah.
I think that our girls that we talked, I think Sasha's gonna fuck her up. I think she will come in and steal this match for some reason. That's just a random Dawn
steal the briefcase
theory. No, she's just gonna fuck up Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke's not even gonna make it to the match.
Really?
They're toying with you, and Sasha.
Fuck that. As much as I'm an Alexa Bliss fan, make it Alexa Bliss, man.
Or maybe Bayley.
The fuck does she like?
Bayley or Dana? I think.
Yeah, I think Alexa. Because, again, I'm an Alexa Bliss fan, and I would buy a T-shirt if she had one that would be appropriate for a male to wear, in my opinion. But she's a talk show host. Why the fuck is she getting a match at the pay-per-view? She hasn't wrestled in a while, and she's not wrestling every week. She's more of a host for Monday Night Raw as of late, and I know she hosted WrestleMania, so...
Oh, that's enough right there.
Why don't we give... I don't know.
She hosted WrestleMania.
Yeah, so did the New Day. I'm
being sarcastic.
No, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think maybe she should be the one, especially she won last year. She's probably not going to win this year. Why is she in the match? Like, I know we all want to see a little more cheek in the match, but let's give Ruby a shot. She can go. She can wrestle. Like, let's
not even just Ruby either. Like, you're giving the NXT boys, quote unquote, from Salsa here. You're giving them a shot on these shows with Aleister Black and Ricochet. Why didn't bring up some of the NXT chicks? Candice LeRae, perfect time.
Yeah.
Let's go. Like, what the fuck is going on?
I've
crazy things like that. Like
pretty much. And I don't want. I'm not. This doesn't mean that she's not great. It's just I've given up on her and what they're gonna do with her because it's a no fucking brainer. She should be treated like. No offense, but she should be getting the Io Shirai and the Kairi Sane pushes.
There's no offense there, man.
In
That's
NXT.
That should be.
No, but I don't want somebody. He doesn't want Japanese wrestlers. No, that has nothing to do with it. She's fucking maybe one of the best wrestlers in North America. That doesn't mean that. And again, no offense to the other girls, but you should be sticking her with Aaliyah and Vanessa Bourne, who are training and learning and trying to get better. Like, yes, she's going to help them get better, but. Let's treat this fucking woman the way she should be treated properly.
Exactly. I agree. Totally agree. How do you feel about that, Don?
Well, it's
NXT
honestly,
girls.
I'm kind of... Oh,
Women,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. No, totally. Bro, there's...
Nikki Cross, fuck. She could be in this match.
It's funny because I didn't think about really the amount... Like, to me, I felt like, there's not a... Is Carmella in this too? Did you say? She is, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So another one, it's like, yeah...
She's going to do a dance
I
break,
feel like
too.
they could give other people a chance at this point. Especially there's one women's match, right? One woman's, one man. Yeah.
Yep.
some people are so unnecessary, but it's the same fucking thing with the men's, man. It's the same shit. Like,
yeah, we'll get to
just
it.
unnecessary people are in there.
I liked.
I like Ember Moon, man.
I think
that's
a great.
I think
pick.
that's
good with
probably the most likely winner, to be honest.
I hope so.
And I mean the realistic, not like I think or I want her to win. Like that's who I think probably will win.
Yeah,
I liked the way Mandy Rose got in. I don't know if everybody agreed with it, but I liked the whole thing with her and Sonya on SmackDown, where she came backstage and she kind of said, "Yeah, like we're gonna get an opportunity for the Money in the Bank match, but you know it can only be one of us." And Mandy's like, I really think it should be you, Sonya. You deserve this opportunity. And Sonya kind of just like, I know what you're trying to do here. It's okay. You can have the match. I really think you deserve it. You were so close. I think she have a title match recently or
Asuka and shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Or you had an opportunity to, I can't remember what else she said, but I don't know. I like that it had meaning and maybe it's going somewhere. It's not just, these are the contestants. Black outline, fill in the gap here, and we'll get to it with the men's match. But at least there's like, oh, Mandy's in there because Sonya let her have her spot.
Yeah.
Maybe not her spot, but they decided, and Sonya was okay with her taking the spot that they were offered.
That will be interesting to see where that goes.
For sure.
Yeah.
And maybe like it will lead to some kind of feud. Where,
Should, yeah.
She's jealous that, because Mandy's my other choice. If I'm taking two picks, it's Mandy and Ember. I don't think that briefcase is going over to Raw. No offense, Natalya, Naomi, and Dana Brooke and Alexa, but those are just four names I can't see carrying that women's briefcase.
Not Naomi? Hey?
I mean, I feel like at this point I might be trolling her because I don't want her to succeed because it has been 1.5 years since she got her big WrestleMania moment, but no, not really.
Yeah.
I mean, they could do some crazy shit with a pretty
glowing case.
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
Kids.
There'll be a glow-up briefcase if she wins. You
Jesus
better believe
Christ.
it.
Push a button, makes fucking music and everything.
Yeah, probably. And she'd be pushing for that, as she should be if she did win, like she did with the whole title belt and everything. But I don't know. Do you want to have one prediction around the table, or who do you want? Maybe fuck a prediction. Tell me who you want to win.
Ember Moon. He wants Dana Brooke.
This
you
is where
want Dana Brooke.
Okay, can I come back?
Yeah,
You pick
Come.
yours.
It's not going to be long, but yeah, Mandy Rose. That's kind of who I would like to see get this one.
Yeah, honestly, it like we said, Don, we talked earlier. I just want to see anybody new. To be honest, I want to see Dana win, Mandy win, Ember win, or
Bailey.
Bales.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
she's
that's true.
new
No,
to
you're
the-
right. You're right. No, you're right. You're right.
She's never had a significant like. It's crazy to
Yeah.
think that she's been the women's champion. I can't even picture her with like the top, Raw SmackDown belt. It doesn't even. But she's been the Raw Women's Champion before, or it might have just been the women's title at that time. I can't remember. There might not have been a SmackDown, but either way, you only remember her NXT stuff.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate what they've done with her. Yeah. Do you want to move on to the men?
Sure.
Let's do
go.
it.
Baron Corbin,
My boy.
Braun Strowman,
Okay.
Ricochet,
Yes. Yeah.
Drew McIntyre,
Yeah.
Finn Balor, Alberto. No, it's just.
Oh, you
Almas.
had me.
No.
You had me.
Cien Almas. Cien Almas. I miss the full name. I really do. I'm gonna keep calling him Cien, but it's gonna be
Andrade?
hard to break that.
Andrade.
Yeah. Randy and Mustafa Ali.
Not Ali.
I don't know, man.
Shout out to Al.
Some of the names when they remove them are shout out to Al, but some of them are okay. But like some of them I liked. Like the
Yeah.
Mustafa thing.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. Yeah.
It gave it like that culture flavor that I know he doesn't have an accent or this character, but at least it's kind of like, he's got the name Mustafa. It kind of, and plus, isn't that the same name from Lion King? So shout out to that. I don't know.
Isn't that Mufasa?
Yeah, Mufasa. Okay, yeah. See, fuck there, and thank God for Don helping me out. Oh,
Mufasa
man.
Ali, new gimmick.
Yeah, off topic for 1 second, boys. Those red and white Raptors jerseys with the chevron are fucking nice. I haven't seen those once this year. Those are nice. Anyway, continuing on.
I think the Raps aren't doing too well. Just for an update.
Yeah, we'll
for the
see.
listeners.
Men's Money in the Bank match.
What the fuck, man? Bro, come on. Seriously, like, fuck, man. Why are somebody?
Shut the hell up!
Yeah, bro. Like, come on. Why the fuck is Randy Orton in this thing?
Oh my God,
Braun.
Coming from Randy
That was
Orton
so good.
fans.
Braun to I don't even Corbin, man. Like it's just some of these guys. Like I could already see them contesting for titles.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Like
Yeah. The sound effects board is out in full effect for this segment,
what
boys.
the fuck is this?
So what's the biggest thing? What's really...
All of them.
I know, but we got to talk here. This is a show for people to
I
listen
know.
to. What is it that's not... Is it there's too many big guys? Or is it too many guys that have already had opportunities?
Yes, I think that's mine. Yeah. Yours too. I think all three of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you agree with that shit. Because this is ridiculous.
That's definitely a part of it. I think it would be cool to... I would like to see a real... Let's get a Shelton Benjamin in there just because he's known for that Money in the Bank shit. And why not? You know what I mean?
Well, if Ricochet's on Raw side too, why not Aleister Black too? Like, where the hell is he?
Well, he's cutting promos every week talking about being weird and...
I forgot about the promo.
I
totally forgot about the promo.
They're not horrible. I'll get
Yeah.
the promos are pretty good. I know you're not huge on him speaking, Don. Like, well, not his voice. I just mean the character speaking. But if you haven't seen them, they're pretty good.
Yeah, I caught a little bit of one.
Yeah, he could definitely be in there. I think I liked that little leaked photo that got released last week of the Money in the Bank match more than whatever this is.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because who was in that? We had Lars mixed in there.
Fucking Cesaro.
Oh, yeah, that would never happen. That's
Ricochet.
how you know it was
That's how you
fake.
know. When you see Cesaro, you know that shit ain't going
That was the sign right there.
You're
as soon
right.
as you seen fucking Cesaro in there, we all should have known this is not happening. 'Cause nothing against Cesaro, but they don't treat Cesaro properly.
Yeah, this is fucked.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, man. Even
no,
as much
just
as like
go into
I
it
know
a bit
you
more.
guys are big. You're big on Drew too, and like I'm okay with Drew, but Drew is already a guy. Like Drew could just turn around and fight Seth already. He could easily have won a.
Would you rather him not be on the show though?
Let's
Because
put AJ Styles in the match too while we're at it. Like,
in the Money in the Bank.
yeah, just call up John Cena, man. Just tell him.
I just think it's
Get him
funny
in.
out of the four Raw guys, the two of them, it's just like got people that just don't even like at all, like Drew and Baron. It's like we've seen too much of these guys lately, like too much.
Don't sleep on it,
Like-
bro. Baron might win this shit.
That's what I know,
I said
which
that
is
too,
crazy. Which is the Liars Club. Hey, see that? Shout out to the new patch on the fucking shirt that he's wearing there. That's
What's
the
that?
Liars Club.
What, has he got an outfit
That's where
now?
that's where he represents. It's just like it's like a clothing company type of thing.
Okay.
Is it a restaurant maybe?
Yeah, that's exactly. He just got hired there. You see his new vest too as well. Fuck, he got a nice shave
Baton
done.
Rouge, is that
Yeah.
it? Or Milestones, maybe? I don't know.
It's signed too.
Yo, man. So with all this bullshit going on, give this shit to Ricochet, Ali, or Andrade. I'm okay with any of those guys winning.
Especially.
Probably unlikely, but give it to one of them.
Not as unlikely as maybe you think. And I'm not even a huge fan of him, but I would love to see a good 6-month run of Zelina and Andrade.
I was just about to say that. I was about
walking
to say that
around
too.
with that fucking... If that doesn't right itself, then what does?
Zelina just holding it like a baby and shit the whole time.
Yeah,
on the
or
side of the
him
ring.
just putting it in the air
Yeah.
and her talking. The only thing I got to say is, dude, either say 6 words and make sure you can pronounce all of them, or don't fucking speak at all.
Why? Him or her? Who?
No, him. Dude, he can't speak English. Like, it's insane. He
Yeah.
struggles to say 5 words. And it's not like I'm chirping him. It's just your character's fine with Zelina talking for you.
Oh, yeah.
You don't need to talk. So I don't know why, and I don't know if it's WWE saying you have to cut this long walking down to the ring promo, but he said a bunch of shit to Randy Orton this week, and I don't know what the fuck he said, and I'm usually pretty good with accents. I worked with people who, like, I'm usually better than the average person, I would say, in that department. And I swear to God, I saw Randy Orton's mouth, like, voice some stuff to the crowd. What did he just say? And it was just like one of those things where it's like, that's not helping anybody. When Randy does, like, not to put that on Randy, but him calling him out, like, that ain't helping anybody. I'm sorry. Like, I know he's a heel, but, like, sorry, it's just not working.
Yeah, that's fucked. I didn't see the talking.
Don't get me wrong.
I'm kind of glad I didn't, though.
Some of it was okay. You could make it cross, but it was just there's certain words that he doesn't even.
No, but dude, I hear you because randomly a couple weeks ago I was on the WWE Network shit and that Ride Along was on and it was him and Zelina, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't know he had an accent like until watching it. Like I've never heard him talk, honestly. I've always just heard her, and I was like, oh, okay.
I don't even think him and Charlotte talk. Like he just
They
speaks
just
Spanish, and she loves it, and then they
the
do
language of love.
yeah, they do the thing, and then they move on, and yeah. I don't know.
Jesus.
But yeah,
It's
man,
just a theory.
give it to one of those 3 guys.
Totally, man. There's a lot of fucking.
But it's highly unlikely in my. I don't know.
I wanted to
man.
bounce back to this just because when you mentioned AJ though, would you not be okay with him in this no matter what? Like even if it was, let's say, okay, let's pretend 8. It's got to be 8. Let's say we got 6 guys like Ricochet in that category, and then we get an AJ and a Braun. Like, are you okay with that? Or did you need it to be all 8 guys are kind of not quite on the AJ status? Because I don't mind having, 6 or 7, maybe 6 guys that are, just there, Intercontinental title, trying to break that ceiling and reach for the brass ring, as they say, and then a couple established guys. I don't mind that.
A couple.
I'm just
but
curious.
I feel like the established guys overwhelm the other guys.
Oh, in this
right?
match completely.
Yeah.
I just didn't know by your reaction if you would be okay with having them
if it was
in there at all.
If it was balanced and it was 6 guys and it was 3 and 3, I'd be okay.
Oh, okay.
I'd be okay. But here's the thing: is I feel overwhelmed by the other guys, and not like, even though Drew hasn't been a champ and Baron Corbin haven't held the world titles or Braun, they feel like they're in that
they're treated.
picture. You know what I mean?
Maybe less Baron, but I know what you mean.
But even
in
AJ,
a heel way.
if AJ was in it, like, I feel like you could play off of him talking about his long WWE title reign, and just that's what he wants. He wants his title back. Like, he's already a big guy. He's never been in a Money in the Bank match. Like, you could make a little thing out of that, even. But Randy,
Totally.
come
Sorry,
on.
taking a drink.
Come on.
Yeah, Randy doesn't need to be in there. Randy's in there for veteran status, and that's pretty much it.
Like, I'm surprised that, like,
Because he's
they
not going to
didn't
win.
mix it up with newer guys. Like, even if they did Braun and Drew, and like threw in the Cedrics and the Cesaros, like, these guys are like, or Bobby Roode, like, or you know what I mean? Or what's his new name? What's Roode's what do they call him now?
Robert.
Yes,
Robert Roode.
Like, I'm surprised. I'm just really surprised that certain people aren't in this match.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do?
No, definitely. And I don't know. I guess we have 3 more weeks or 2 more weeks from this Sunday, I think. Maybe a week from this Sunday. I don't know. To talk about it. Next week on the round table. You guys aren't going to be here with me.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Wah, wah, wah.
Is it gonna be Han Solo?
I don't know. We're going to
Solo.
see if I can do a solo show. If not, I'm going to have to start making my notes right now, if that's the case, maybe.
Salsinator.
Yeah. Shout out to Don Tony. I might have to do it his style or the Wade Keller hotline style. Maybe it'll be 35, 40 minutes.
We'll
See. Maybe I'll get Will back in if you're listening. Will, shoot me a text.
I'm sure Al
could maybe come in.
That
Or,
would be-
or give a call to both of them, maybe during the show.
Or-
Like, we're going to give a call to Will.
I could call
See how we
Jag,
do.
maybe.
Yeah.
Jag, yeah.
We'll see what happens next week on the round table. Do you guys want to get into anything else this week? Or I don't know. It's more just, I guess all we would have left to talk about is just kind of the major stuff from Raw and SmackDown. But, I mean, there was back shaving and Bray Wyatt.
Oh my God.
Young was saying something. He had
And-
something there.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I totally forgot. And I didn't even talk to these guys off pod. Congratulations. Welcome, Kushida. Fucking right.
Yeah.
Big fucking win over Ono. Like, that was amazing. That was a good match, man. That was a really good match.
Shout out to the
So-
gatekeeper. Oh no.
Yeah, I told you he's that fucking gatekeeper
Yep.
of NXT, man.
Yep.
He's what some people thought Samoa Joe would be.
He apparently
4 or 5
begged.
years. No, and that's not a chirp. That was a genuine thing.
No,
that
you're right.
I heard
remember that. Yeah.
when Samoa Joe was in NXT. I remember people saying, "Oh, he might just stay there,
Yep.
be the gatekeeper of NXT." But we'll see what happens with him. But
Yeah,
no,
they were saying with Ono, like, I heard Ono begged, like,
to fight him.
H. Like,
Oh,
he wanted
yeah.
to fight him badly. He was
Oh.
like, I want him badly. Like,
I think Ono.
meaning, like, holy shit, I can't believe he's here. Like, I want to fight him. Like,
I think Cassius is really embracing that role.
he likes the
And he's-
pushover.
Well, he's been in the wrestling business a long time. He knows he's got that thing where he can't, he's not going to look like fucking Chris Masters or Buddy Murphy anytime soon, or even Braun Strowman. So he knows his lane, and I don't know. It's cool. I respect him a lot, and he's obviously a fantastic wrestler. He used to be in a great tag team with Cesaro and all kinds of shit. But
Forgot. Shout out to the fans. I don't know what they were saying, but when it goes, oh no, I'm pretty sure they're going beefo or beefo. I was like, are they saying beefo? Because, like, he's so big, I guess, right?
yeah.
And he's a heel now, right? So
it
that's
works
another
ever since the Matt Riddle thing, and even before
yeah,
that.
that's right. Yeah, yeah.
It definitely, it works. But yeah, I still can't believe I've talked about it before on here. I still can't believe he's using the Back to the Future thing. I did not think Paramount or whoever owns the rights to that shit would be allowing that. Because New Japan's different. It's fucking the other side of the globe, and it's not.
Did you guys watch?
WWE's such a brand.
Of course, no, of course. But did you watch the match?
No, I didn't get.
Oh my God, you should see his entrance. So, like, when he gets to the ring, right? And he does that thing with his watch, right?
Yeah.
Or when he looks down and goes up like that, there's a blue fucking spotlight that pops on him. I'm like, whoa, it like Ricochet type of style, and it just goes just on him, and everything else is black. I'm like, that's fucking sick. I was like, what the fuck? And I agree with you. I can't believe they're allowed to do Back to the Future shit. That was really interesting.
It's like
that was
somebody
cool.
coming out with a fucking Iron Man gimmick. Like, it's just not going to work.
Yeah.
You're not going to be allowed to walk to the ring in a fucking Iron Man suit. It just,
no,
But
exactly.
obviously the rights or whatever they talk, I don't know. They figured it out.
Yeah.
And I can totally see whenever he comes onto the main roster, hopefully he is on the main roster, not 205 or wherever he ends up. But you know how they have the ramps now with the LED on their feet? Like they have pictures on the ground.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You know we're gonna get 2 fucking flame streaks from the tires. The Back to the Future fucking tires.
Oh my god, I didn't think about that. That's so cool. Yeah.
You know that's gonna happen, and I don't know. I'm a sucker for Back to the Future, so I'll be fired up as fuck for that one.
Maybe it'll happen on the pirate ship at WrestleMania too.
Holy
Who knows?
Shit. Yeah, that's more of that to come.
Yeah.
More of that to come for sure. I don't know. Is there anything else major from SmackDown and Raw? It's up to you guys. We can move closer out, or we can continue. I mean, we're not going anywhere. Well, you guys will be back in 2 weeks, and I'll be back next week.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I just want to give a shout out to me and Don. We're going to Ring of Honor. It's my first Ring of Honor show.
Yeah.
I also wish you were coming with us.
So do I. Fucking work, man. Can't get it off.
Yeah,
I'm by my lonesome. But shout out to you guys. Applause. Have fun. Have a good time.
I haven't been to a Ring of Honor show since like 2012.
20 really?
Yeah,
Wow.
Kevin
20,
Owens,
20, yeah, Kevin Owens won.
Kevin
right?
Steen.
Kevin Steen
Sorry,
winning the
Kevin
ROH
Steen.
title.
That's
Who did he
right.
fight?
Richards from
Stevie Richards?
Davey.
Like the guy with the little shirt?
No,
POW?
from the Wolves,
No, I'm
man,
just
from
fucking
TNA.
TNA, yeah.
I got you.
Jiu-jitsu.
Outside of
But
WWE as well too.
Have fun there,
Well,
boys.
thanks.
That War of the
Yeah.
Worlds, is it not, right?
Yep.
It's at
Oh no, it's at Reeve. It's at Ted Reeve.
Ted Reeves. So
Yeah,
that's
it's
War of the Worlds, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
War of the
one,
Worlds. Yep.
The one that was at
The Anatomy
was Global Wars.
Global Wars,
Got
yes.
you. Okay.
And at the time, I thought it was Global Wars that we were seeing at first.
But no,
it is
War of the
Worlds.
Worlds, yeah. Which is, I mean, it's just another name for it, but I don't know.
A couple
Have
things,
fun, boys.
a couple things outside of that too. Cole Cabana has the NWA now title, the All Alliance, it's something, the Defense's title or something like that. I don't know. He just won this, and now he is fighting James Storm for this.
Oh shit, James Storm.
This is gonna be. I think I shared it on Instagram. This is gonna be.
That's Cowboy Beer Money.
Yes,
guy,
sir. Yes, sir. I want
remember-
2 beers coming out of the ring too.
I remember listening to a podcast with him, and holy shit, does he have a Southern accent? Like,
Yeah, he
It
does.
was like huge. Like it was like an hour and a half long episode. And I didn't know much about it. I can't remember where it was. It might have been Stone Cold.
He would have done great in the early years of wrestling with that gimmick.
Oh, fuck yeah. And I still, to this day, whenever I hear his name, I think about the AJ thing and how that was.
Yeah,
That music was meant for James Storm. It's so fun.
Remember we watched that? That was on the ride along. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was crazy. I forgot about that.
Wild.
I totally forgot about that. That's crazy. Oh, by the way, for the women's Money in the Bank, I don't know who's ever's listening up. I think there's going to be a huge surprise. I think we're going to see fucking Tamina roll down fucking Nia with the 2 ACL fucking surgeries done there, and she's going to fucking pin and win the whole goddamn thing. Not even pin, sorry, climb the ladder, put it on her shoulders, and get the fuck up there.
Get Nia.
While Tamina's going, Tamina. And then that's going to be the end of that.
You know what?
Happy 2019.
If somehow
Money in
they
the
could
Bank.
get the briefcase to Nia and she just chills out and recovers, that'd be kind. I don't know. I'd be down.
She's
with
going to be
that.
out
would
for
be
a
different.
long time,
But
though.
there'd be no
Like,
way to like.
Dude,
like that.
ACL injury almost takes a full year. 2 ACL injuries, she's going to be gone for a time, plus all the rehab. We might not even see her at WrestleMania next year.
I didn't realize it was that bad. Hopefully she's doing okay.
Yeah, 2 ACL surgeries.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, maybe she'll sit around with the briefcase and wait for
Think
Nia.
about it.
I go on
Nia,
Instagram
hey,
every week and shit. Yeah.
I can hear it now. Nia, 2 belts.
Ooh.
No.
But hey, the belts.
What?
What the hell is that all about?
I guess we can get into that really quick before
yeah,
we get
just
out
very
of here.
quick. Sorry, I just wanted
Just
to get
the
that
double match.
Oh yeah.
We talked about it a bit last
Yeah.
week, Donovan, but I guess it's cool. I want to get Younger's opinion.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to be the what's coming first? Because we didn't think about this until we were mid-recording session last week, and this is definitely going to come into a play.
Of course.
Who's going to be first? Do you think it's going to be Lacey? Or
I think it's going to be Lacey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Becky will get through Lacey, maybe.
Yes.
And then,
yes.
And then struggle with Charlotte.
Struggle with Charlotte, yes. But this whole Charlotte thing has got to stop.
Oh,
we got to move on. It's
she-
like we were saying earlier. Is there nobody else?
That's what I mean. There's a ton of people who could
NXT. Let's go with the NXT girls. Come on. Or Or Ruby, or bring Ruby over on this side. Do something, man. Like,
I would have
come on.
loved to
Let's
see
go.
Bailey win that qualifying when she fought Charlotte on SmackDown
Yes.
2 weeks ago. And
Of course.
I didn't really think for a second that Charlotte was going to win, and then she pulled out the win. But I don't know.
I'm getting behind Lacey though. I'm kind of digging it.
Oh, so am I. And
I don't know.
I mean, I'm obviously a massive Becky fan. Shout out to the shirt I'm rocking tonight, the bloody tee from the epic episode of Raw. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Hope you guys have fun next week at the old Global Wars.
Yeah, man.
And I think that's pretty much it for the roundtable. No.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, don't forget to wrap it up. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at PWLookBack on both of those as well. We appreciate anybody who's taken the time to listen to the entire episode. As always, thank you for joining us. Head over to teespring.com/Pro Wrestling LookBack if you want to get yourself a t-shirt, tank top. Got some stickers on there as well. And let me know if you want anything else in the future. We can send me a DM. We'll figure it out. Send the Pro Wrestling LookBack podcast, Twitter DMs, Instagram DMs. We're curious from the listeners what you guys think of the show, and I don't know, any topics you want to bring up on Roundtable. And if you've been enjoying our, less wrestling talk for the opening 30 minutes of the show, more or less, then let us know. And, the F1 update and all that stuff. But as always, follow us on all the good social medias at PWLookBack. Give us a follow, subscribe, hit the 5 stars on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, and our hosts over at Podbean. Follow me on Twitter at Salsa, SCELSA. All kinds of Star Wars, Formula 1, and racing, and all kinds of shit updates on there. You'll see.
And you can get at me at JustDon44.
Mine's at ZJVY93. Catch me for hockey, all sports, everything. Everything on there. Let's go.
Yeah. With all that being said, this is the Pro Wrestling LookBack Podcast. This is episode 35. I'm Nick.
I'm Younger.
And I'm free from the asylum. Stay classy.